Alright, so this is a suggestion via Patreon. The name of the video is, it may be hard to believe, but people actually live in these. This is coming from the channel, Wonders of the World. Let's jump into it.
Hello, friends. The desire to live in comfortable conditions is inherent in each of us. However, I'd like to tell you about some places on Earth where one can not only enjoy the breathtaking beauty of nature, but also find unique conditions for living. In this video, you'll get to see how people manage to find ways to adapt to life in extreme climatic conditions where nature reveals all of its unique.
Okay, guys, firstly,
to adapt to
don't live up there.
life in extreme climatic conditions where nature reveals all of its uniqueness.
Refuse.
Get ready for an exciting adventure and discover what interesting and unusual places can become one's home. The Haines Shoe House, Pennsylvania. The construction of this unique shoe house was conceived by 73-year-old millionaire shoemaker Milan Haines, who owned about 40 shoe stores in Maryland and Pennsylvania. The house was built in 1948 to 1949 as an advertising feature. Haines gave the architect...
Yeah, guys, I figured it had to be something advertisement related, marketing related, because I'm not sure why someone, even if you love shoes, bro, I'm not sure why someone would want to live in one.
48 to 1949 as an advertising feature. Haines gave the architect an old shoe and told him to build a house that looked like it. He was inspired by a folktale about a shoe salesman, so that's where this wonderful idea came from.
Okay.
The length of this shoe is about 12 meters and its height is 8 meters. The wooden frame of the building is covered with construction mesh and plastered with cement. The 5-level house and its surrounding area are designed in such a way that everything reminds us of shoes. The mailbox, all the windows, and even the dog's kennel. Everything is made in the form of a shoe. The building was...
Guys, and I bet no one even lives in here now, bro. I mean, maybe at one time someone did, potentially, guys, right? But it definitely looks like a gift shop.
Initially pinkish in color, but it was later painted white. Slab City is an informal community in Southern California, United States.
This is like the Lawless zone.
Slab City is an informal community in
basically, what they did here also is they recreated this in Grand Theft Auto.
Southern California, United States. Located on what used to be a military base. It got its name from the concrete slabs that remained after the dismantling of military buildings and were used by the local residents as foundations for residential and other buildings. Slab City attracts people who prefer to live away from the bustle of the big cities and want to be part of a free society. Slab City has no government agencies, such as the police, fire department, or plumbing, so the residents have to provide for themselves on their own. Slab City has both permanent residents and temporary visitors, such as tourists and festival guests. It also has art history projects, such as sculptures and installations. Despite the fact that Slab City doesn't have an official status, the residents of the community take an active part in self-government and the settlement of internal conflicts.
Yeah, guys, be careful. Be careful out there. All right? Again, completely lawless. Look, guys, I've seen a couple of documentaries about people going out there. Guys, be very, very careful.
La Rinconada is a city in the Peruvian Andes located at an altitude of 5,100 meters above sea level. Due to its location, the city is considered one of the most remote and mountainous cities on Earth.
Pass.
Most of the residents of the city work in the local gold mines. The living conditions in La Rinconada aren't great.
Right.
There are no sanitary services in the city, no sewage system, and trash is simply thrown out on the streets or burned.
Okay, so guys, basically what they're saying here is don't be extremely surprised if the plague basically pops up here again, based off of all this open filth. So imagine mice, rats. The plague generally comes from fleas that are on rats, right? Like plague fleas, guys, right? So, yeah, again, another place. I'm going to suggest we don't go there.
The roads in the city are usually filled with dirt and sewage. Moreover, the soil and water are contaminated with mercury, which is widely used by the local miners to extract gold.
So why are we living
The glaciers from which the city gets the water is also polluted, while its rapid melting is caused by the operation of the mines. Unfortunately, environmental pollution has led to the fact that no animals live in the valley of the local river, not even butterflies.
I bet rats do.
The city of Whittier is located on the south coast of Alaska. The city's main feature is that most of its residents, about 90% of the population, live in the same building, called the Begich Towers. It is a 14-story residential building built in the 1950s for military personnel, but currently used as an apartment building. The city of Whittier is also an important transportation hub, as the Anton Anderson Memorial Tunnel, which connects Alaska to the rest of North America, passes through this city, as well as many shipping routes.
Guys, this one doesn't look too bad. Right? I mean, I love the cold weather anyway.
The city has a port, which is the main point of sale of fish products and petroleum products. It also has an airport that serves flights to Anchorage and other Alaskan settlements. Bosco Verticale is a unique residential complex in the center of Milan, Italy. This building has a perfect combination of natural elements and urban development. Looking at this green engineering masterpiece makes one feel surreal. The complex consists of 2 towers, 76 and 110 meters high, with 18 and 26 floors respectively.
Yeah, guys, I've seen this building in person, not up close, but from afar.
The outer walls of the
Guys, I love Milan.
towers are covered with plants and trees, giving the building a unique appearance of an unusual forest growing upwards. That's exactly how the complex got its name, vertical forest. Over 900 trees and 90 species of plants grow on the 2 towers.
Guys, but think about all the extra weight, though. So as of right now, I'm definitely going to still go ahead and say my favorite would probably be Whittier, Alaska.
900 trees and 90 species of plants grow on the 2 towers. The Manshiat Nassar area is located in Cairo, the capital of Egypt, and is also known as Garbage City.
Pass.
The area is mostly inhabited by outcasts who have been collecting
and rats
and recycling garbage in Cairo for generations. The residents of Manshiat Nassar collect waste from the streets of Cairo and sort it on site, separating materials for recycling. Many of them live
imagine what it smells like there.
in extremely unfavorable conditions, in small houses with dirty walls and no basic amenities. The streets, houses, and even the rooftops of this area are littered with trash. In fact, it's just a giant inhabited landfill, but people still live very
See, listen. Sometimes you guys call me disrespectful, okay? I didn't say it this time. This man just said this city is a giant inhabited landfill. That's savage.
attractive lives there. A garbage museum was opened in the area recently. There,
A garbage museum. Pass.
one can learn more about the life and work of the garbage collectors, as well as how they deal with such huge amounts of waste. Predjama Castle is one of the oldest castles in Slovenia, located in the middle of a 123-meter high cliff.
Okay. Pass.
The castle was built in 1274 in a picturesque valley, surrounded by forests and fields, and resembles a swallow's nest from afar.
Okay. Slovenia.
There is a gallery dedicated to its last owner, Prince Vindishgratz, inside the castle. Tourists can visit the castle's dungeons, its many galleries, labyrinths of passages, and tunnels.
Guys, there's a place in Spain, the south of Spain. I think it's called Centennial de Bodegas or something like that, guys, right? And it reminds me of something like this because it's like that whole town is basically built like into stone and underneath the stone. Such an interesting thing whenever you do encounter like these excessively old structures.
Centenal de las Bodegas is
here. Go here. I love this place. This place right here. It looks just like this. I'm glad that this is coming out, right? These restaurants are great. Solid paella and tapas, guys. Cruzcampo beer.
It's a small town in the province of Cadiz, Spain.
Cadiz.
It is located along the narrow gorge of the Trello River. Unlike many other cities, it isn't built on a cliff and it isn't cut into a mountain. But it's located in a lowland, which is covered by the rocks above that hang over it.
It's beautiful.
Many of these rocks successfully serve as roofs for the local houses.
Right.
There, one can plunge into the unique atmosphere and escape the hustle and bustle of city life.
Guys, keep this in mind here. So if you guys didn't know, I live in Spain for 6 months out of every single year. My wife is from Spain. We have property in the south of Spain. So we are always, it feels like we're always here, right? There, guys, right? Absolutely beautiful place Andalusia is in general, guys. Costa del Sol for real, right? But either way, my son was born here.
Mount Fanjing is a sacred Buddhist site in China and one of the best known and most popular places for tourism. Mount Fanjing is famous for its beautiful scenery and its historical and cultural significance. Getting to the top means climbing up 8,000 steps.
I'm too fat for this, okay? I'm just gonna be honest here. I like to be honest with you guys. I'm way too fat for this. I can tell you this right now. That's not happening. 8,000.
Which takes...
Do I get something for getting to the top? Okay. Listen, it'll be nice if I can mentally say, you know what, I can do that. But in all actuality, it'll probably take me multiple times, multiple days to make it up those steps. 8,000 steps. That's heart palpitations already.
It's about 4 hours, and then one also needs to get back down. There are 2 temples on the mountaintop,
like
which are separated by a narrow gorge with a large stone bridge built over it. Ponte Vecchio is one of the most famous and historically significant bridges in Florence, Italy. It was built over the Arno River in the Middle Ages in 1345. The bridge is known for its jewelry stores, which have been located on it for over 400 years. What's interesting is that there were never any houses on Ponte Vecchio, so they didn't have to be demolished, which is what had to be done with so many other bridges. Ponte Vecchio has also survived many natural disasters, such as floods and fires. The bridge even remained intact during the Second World War, despite the fact that all the other bridges on the Arno River were blown up by the German troops during their retreat. Today, Ponte Vecchio remains one of the most popular tourist destinations in Florence, and its architecture and history continue to attract many visitors from all over the world.
And guys, this bridge is absolutely beautiful to encounter in like real life. I would say between this one here and there's a bridge in Cordoba in Spain that was also, it looks like it was also used for Game of Thrones. Well, that one definitely was, right? But this one looks like it also was used, though, by the way, really quickly. All right, it's nice. Florence is a beautiful city, but there's more than a bridge. A lot more than a bridge.
Meteora is a unique rock formation in Greece, located in the northwest of the country near the city of Kalambaka. These are massive rocks that rise high above the surrounding area and create an impressive view. The tops of these rocks have ancient monasteries, which were built in the 11th through the 16th centuries. Meteora is made up of 24 giant rocks, also known as monoliths. Some of them are up to 400 meters high. The monasteries built on top of these rocks are...
That's like 1,200 feet, roughly, give or take a couple of feet, right? Or more. But the problem is that that's too high in the air, bro.
Part of the Orthodox monastic community and enjoy great respect and popularity among tourists.
Like, it's definitely stunning to
The
look
abundance
at.
of plastic waste in water bodies is one of the horrifying environmental problems of mankind.
Right.
An interesting solution was proposed by Ricard Soa,
Okay.
who built a small island from plastic bottles. Creating the island, Soa used about 200 to 250,000 plastic bottles and a lot of plywood to help keep the surface afloat. The core of the island is made of plastic held together by strong nets. To strengthen the structure, Soa covered it with earth and then planted trees on it. which eventually took root and helped hold the bottles together.
Genius usage, but does it float? It looks like it's actually, well, obviously it floats, but will it, does it move? I think is the main question here.
Moreover, he threw garbage and soil onto the island to make it even stronger.
Okay.
The island was launched and is currently located near Isla Mujeres in the Caribbean. After he created the island and built a home on it,
The women's island?
Soa moved there with his wife and children. They continue to live on the island to this day, growing trees and various other crops.
Okay. Guys, this is a great idea. I wonder how much taxes he's paying, though.
Laronggar is a Buddhist academy in the Sichuan province of China. It was founded in 1980 as a monastery, but has since become one of the largest Buddhist academies in the world. There are currently over 40,000 monks living there. They study Buddhist teachings, meditate, and do community service.
I mean, this is, it's gigantic, obviously. It's red. I mean, I think that it's, very aesthetically pleasing to look at, but I'm not sure I would ever want to live anywhere inside of this structure.
Although the academy was built in a small village, it attracts many students from all over China and the world.
Yeah, no.
One of the unique architectural elements of Laronggar is the small red houses where the monks live. They are located on the slopes of the mountain. They have electricity there, but they don't have running water, so they have to carry their water in buckets.
Okay.
Mount Mata is a small cave city located in the central part of Tunisia. It's famous for its cave dwellings, which were traditionally used to protect it from the heat during the summer months and from the cold during the winter months.
Hey, wasn't this one of the shooting locations for one of the Star Wars movies?
The cave dwellings in Mount Mata weren't widely known until the 1960s, when the inhabitants of the city began to use the caves as housing after heavy rains caused floods and destroyed their regular houses. Since then, the cave homes have become a popular kind of dwelling for many of the city's residents, and they now attract many tourists from all over the world. The trends of modern civilization didn't bypass the ancient city lost among the hills. Satellite dishes, phones, refrigerators, these
solar
attributes
power
of progress have firmly taken place in these primitive dwellings. Today, Mount Mata has many hotels and guest houses built in the traditional cave style. Tourists can stay there and enjoy the unique atmosphere of the city.
All right, so let me go ahead and give you my my opinion on ever being inside of a cave, and specifically calling it like a cave home. I've been in one in Almeria in the south of Spain, again, more like southeast, closer to, like, kind of on the way to Valencia. But either way, so the interesting thing about these cave homes is that they're I guess depending on the time of the year. Unfortunately, I went during the summer. I was in one of these things in the middle of the dead desert, ridiculous heat, and it was crazy, like 114 degrees. The other time I went to, I was in Granada in Spain at like some type of like a concert, like a flamenco concert. And it was not as ridiculous. It was also like late at night, but depends on the time of the year and where that cave is located. All right.
The Reed Island of Uros is a small island in Lake Titicaca. The island consists...
Bro, I am too much of a child mentally to deal with that name. All right. But let's continue.
...of platforms woven with reeds on which houses and other structures are located.
This is extremely
The inhabitants
famous.
of the island of Uros use reeds to create all the structures on the island, including houses, boats, and even a school. The reed is also used in food and for other household needs. Life on the Reed Island of Uros is very dependent on nature and the environment. The inhabitants of the island lead a simple and traditional lifestyle, preserving the centuries-old traditions and culture of their people.
All right, guys, so out of all these, I'm still going to go ahead and go back to say some of these are absolutely ridiculous, all right? Centennial de las Bodegas, guys, that one there, because I know it very, very personally, I'll say I'll be fine there. Right. I know the weather to expect. I know there are generally no natural disasters there, like at all. Right. And it's extremely safe. And I mean, like, wildly safe in these places, guys. There's like an amazing looking church there also, or cathedral. The whole area is actually cool. The food is going to be great. Clean air, guys. Right. I highly doubt people lock their doors there, to be honest. So I'll choose there because, again, I know it. But if it's not that one, then it's going to be Whittier, Alaska. Right? I like the idea of that because I just like Alaska because it's cold. Right? But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Let me know in the comments though. Which one would be interesting to you? Personally, I strongly detest anything relating to garbage and no laws. No laws and garbage. I'm not really a fan. There's an open sewage. I don't like that either. Right? So there are a couple of things that a couple of these are absolutely disturbing to me, bro. So tell me which ones you would like to live in, and then tell me which ones you would not like to live in. But all right, I'll catch you guys later. Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd, along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.